Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sweet Smiling Soul, where I talk about all things sewing. Today we are working on part 5 of the Doll and Dollhouse sewing series. So this is the part where we make the dining room and the living room. I'm going to show you step by step how to put this together and how to make it your own by adding the little details such as a picture frame or some plants or a bookshelf. So you can really get creative with this. If you haven't watched part 1, 2, 3 and 4 of this series, you can check it out in the playlist for the Doll and Dollhouse Storybook. This series is based on my sewing pattern, which you can purchase in my shop. Check it out, the link is in the description, and let's start sewing together. For this living room, I think I'm going to put a shelf instead of the picture frame, only because we've already put the picture frame in the wardrobe for this series. So I think I'll put a shelf and then a little pot plant on top. So that way I'm kind of combining the shelf piece and the plant piece, but I'm changing up my plant designs a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do differently here, as well as choose different fabrics. I'm also going to use felt for the table and the chair, just to make this process a little bit easier, but you could use scrap fabric like I've done here. It's totally up to you. For the couch, you do have the option to use some felt or wadding on the inside, which just creates that soft look, but you could also do without and just use fabric for that piece as well. So I've got my foundation piece cut and ready to go. For the living room, I'm thinking to use these two for the lamp, this fabric for the couch. For the bookshelf, I'm going to use this white piece of felt. I'm going to use this green felt for my plant that's going to sit on the shelf. I'm going to do a different plant this time. I might create smaller leaves and then I might embroider a stem with this embroidery thread. I think I'm going to use this for the little pot that sits on the shelf. So that's my living room fabric. For the dining room, I'm going to use this pink felt for the chair and this light brown felt for the table, this white felt for the window frame, and I'm going to use this blue floral print for the window backing. Because I use this for the window backing on the front of the house, I think I'm going to use this for the curtains on the inside. So I've got my dining room fabrics ready to go, and I've got my living room fabrics ready to go. So I will start today with the dining room and then I'll move on to the living room. So what you'll need for this part of the project is the Dollhouse foundation piece. You'll need one cut out in interfacing and one in your fabric. Then I've got page 9 and 10, the dining room and living room pattern pieces to work with. So I've printed that out at 100%, so that's ready to be cut out. You'll also need basic sewing supplies. So I've got pins and needles here, scissors, my cutting mat, rotary cutter. I have a erasable marker to help me draw the pattern onto my fabric pieces. It can also help with marking the placement of your furniture pieces. I've got tweezers and a crochet hook to help me turn things right side out. This will come in handy for when we work on the couch. I've got some heat and bond here to help me secure the plant. I might even use a little bit for the dining chair and table. You don't have to use this, you can just pin your things into place, or you could even use hot glue to place some of the smaller items if you don't want to sew them on. You'll need a sewing machine and an ironing board. Everything that you need is listed inside the pattern instructions. So I've cut out all my pattern pieces. So for the window frame, I cut off the seam allowance because I've decided to use felt and you don't need to finish the edges of felt. So if you're using fabric, you might want to keep the seam allowance on and tuck it in for a neat finish. I've also made one without doing that before, and I've just left the fabric with raw edges, but just decide how big you want your window to be and whether you need to trim it down just as you're putting it all together. Because I'm going to create a felt chair, I could even do the same here, so I could trim off this excess, but I didn't do that last time when I used fabric, and it just kind of made the chair look a little bit thicker. So it's really up to you. If you want like a finer chair, you could trim that off, use felt or fabric and leave the raw edges, or you could cut out a piece of fabric that is this size and then fold in the seams for a neater finish. So again, it's up to you, and you would do the same for the tabletop depending on whether you're using felt or fabric. So there are no strict rules or anything. This is just kind of a guide to give you the rough shapes, and then you can cut things down to size so that it suits your dollhouse. So the way that I do the lamp is that I fold over a piece of fabric, and it kind of makes the lamp stand out a little bit. If you have this pattern and you follow the steps in my tutorial, it'll kind of give you this look where it pokes out a little bit from the base. So I've cut out all my pieces. I've got my lounge pieces, and I'm using felt for the inside so that it has that soft look. You could use wadding if you like. I've got my lamp. I've already put on some heat and bond to the back. You can fold in the seams for the lamp if you like, or if you're using felt, you might want to trim it down. It's totally up to you. I've got my plant. I just cut out like a little pot shape and some leaves, and I've got my shelf. I've also added heat and bond to the back of the shelf and the leaves, as well as the pot plant. I have my chair and my table, and I've added a little bit of heat and bond to the back of the legs just to help me put those on when the time comes. Then I have my window frame. I did trim this down just a little bit because I want a smaller window behind the table, and I've got my window backing as well. I've also got the curtain top and the two curtains. The cutting for this section does take a bit longer than some of the other sections that we've worked on. There's a little bit more involved with the couch, so it did take a little while to cut out, but now that I have my pieces, I'm all good to go. So the first step is to attach your iron-on interfacing to the back of your base piece, and then we're going to fold it in half so that we know which side is which. I'm going to start with the left side and start sticking on the pieces, but I'm just going to start by placing the furniture items where I think might look good, and I want to remember that I need to place the pieces up and away from the edges just so we're not cutting any of that off later on when we sew it all together. And I'm going to get the window, put the backing there and the frame on top, and I think that should be ready to sew. So I'm going to start by sewing on those pieces, and then I'll attach the curtain to the top of the window. I've now sewn on the chair, the dining table and the window. The window is a little bit wonky, but I think it's just because the felt moved a little bit while I was sewing. I could unpick it and straighten it up, but I think it's not too bad. I'm going to leave it for now because when I put the curtains over it, it's not going to be as noticeable. So now I'm going to work on the curtains. So I've folded in the sides and stitched them down for both curtains, and I've also folded in the top and bottom of the curtain rod. Now I'm going to attach the curtain rod to the window. I'm going to place it about here, and I'm going to try and make this straight so that it kind of straightens up my window a little bit maybe. We'll see. It's an experiment. So I'm going to place it top there, and I'll pin it down and stitch it. So the curtain rod is now attached to the window. I've folded the top edge of the curtain 3 times to create this pleat, and then I've pressed it down with my iron. Now I'm just going to stitch along that edge to keep it in place, and then I'll attach it to the side of the window. So I've got my 2 curtains ready. Now I'm going to stitch them into place. I'm just going to make sure that this edge of the curtain isn't too close to the edge, because we will be sewing that seam later, and it's better if we can kind of protect it and move it in. You could even put a pot plant on the table if you like, or cut up some different shapes and make like a little fruit bowl. It's totally up to you what you decide to put on your table. I've always left it blank, but maybe in the future I might make something specifically for the dining table. So now I'm going to move on to the living room. I'm going to start by prepping the couch pieces, and then I'll show you the placement of things. So for each couch piece where you're using wadding, you want it so that you've got your main fabrics right sides together, and then the wadding or the felt at the bottom. Then you want to sew around the edge, leaving a 5mm seam allowance, but you want to keep the straight bottom edge open so that we can turn it right side out. I've done that step with one of the arms already. I've got my felt at the back, and my top 2 layers are right sides together. So now I'm going to turn that right side out, and I'll do the same for this arm and for the cushion as well for the couch. I've also put together the couch skirt as well, so that will go at the bottom of the couch. So I just folded in the seams and stitched it down. So now I've turned everything right side out and I've pressed it. I don't actually have to close the openings for the back of the couch and the arms, because that's going to be covered up by the skirt. So that's just one less step we have to do. Then for the cushion, I will need to close the opening. So similar to what we did for the pillow for the bed, I'm just going to tuck that in, and then I'll top stitch around the edge. So my couch pieces are all ready to go. But before I stitch them down, I'm going to focus on the lamp, because I will need to place the lamp down first. So if you look at my previous one, I put the lamp in there so that it's behind the couch. So that's just to make sure that it fits in the room. So I will need to put the lamp down first before I stitch this. So I'm just going to put the couch aside for now. And for the lamp, I'm just going to fold this piece of fabric over once, and then I'm just going to stitch close to the edge. I'm going to leave the raw edge. I'm not going to worry about tucking it in. You can if you like. You could also just halve this and attach some heat and bond. You could use felt and not worry about this step of folding it in, but I'm going to fold it today, and then I'll stitch it, and I'll do the same for the lamp base, and then I'll show you how I attach it to the base. So I've got my lamp pieces ready to go. You can see I've just stitched across the top there on one side, and I've done the same for the lamp base, and I'm just going to place that on top of the lamp stand, and then I'll place the lampshade over the top of that. First I want to figure out where I want the lamp stand to be. I would say line up the couch back and the arms with the lamp stand base, and then we'll attach the skirt to the couch later, but it's just to kind of give you an idea of where to place the lamp. So now that you know where your lamp stand is going to be, I'm going to stitch the base and the lamp stand together. So I'll just put a pin in both, and then I'll attach the lamp shade after. So I've attached the lamp stand and the base, and now I'm going to peel off the heat and bond that I have attached to the back of the lampshade, and I'll place it about there just to make sure that it's not too close to the edge here. I might even make mine a little bit shorter. I think I've gone a little bit too close to the edge here. So if I make my lampshade more narrow, that'll ensure I'm not sewing over it here when I put it all together. So if I have my lampshade there, it's away from the couch, but it's also away from the edge of the dollhouse as well. So the lampshade has been stitched on, and now I'm ready to stitch on the couch. So I'm going to start by placing it in alignment with the base. I'm going to take the skirt and just place it over the top so that I know how far I should have the arms of the chair. It kind of overlaps the lamp a little bit, but it's not overlapping the center of this part of the dollhouse. So we've got this center line here, so we just want to make sure we're not too close to that. So this part will be stitched down with the skirt. So I'm going to focus on just stitching around here just to about here, and then I'm gonna go over my line that I did earlier around the edges. So around this way, and then over here, and then down, and then this will be sewn over, so that'll sew the bottom section down. So I have sewn around the edges of the couch, and I've also sewn the skirt on around the edges, and I've got my cushion here ready to go. And what we do is we gently lift up the sides of the arms, and then we slide the cushion in, and that just completes the couch. So that is all ready to go. And now the last thing is just to add the bookshelf. I think I'm going to place it about there. Thinking to place the pot about there, maybe a little bit lower. Might even need to trim this down a little bit. It's a little bit too big. So I've trimmed down the shelf a little bit too, and I'm going to place it just above the couch to the left. I've got the pot plant happening here. So I'm going to take this away, work on the shelf and the plant, and then I will show you how it all looks at the end. So we have finished the living room and the dining room. So I've sewn on a little plant and did some embroidery stitches, tried to resemble leaves. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, and I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So that is part 5 of the Doll and Dollhouse Storybook series. Next we are going to sew it all together and turn it into a storybook. Let me know what you think of the living room and the dining room. I really enjoyed putting this together today. I think my favorite part was experimenting with the plant on the shelf. I've put plants in different rooms before, but I haven't put a plant in the living room yet, so it felt really good to change things up. I also really like using felt sometimes during the project because it just makes things so much faster. I love that it's a slow sewing project, but sometimes, you know, you just want to get the pieces on and get it done because you can't wait to see it all come together. So I think it was a good idea that I used felt this time for the chair and the table. I also love the little curtains, and it's really coming together, and I'm really excited for the next video where we're going to sew this and everything else that we've made for the Dollhouse Storybook. We're going to sew everything together and create that book shape with all the different rooms, and then we can start playing. So stay tuned for part 6 of the Dollhouse sewing series. If you haven't watched parts 1, 2, 3 and 4, then check those out in the Doll and Dollhouse Storybook playlist on my YouTube channel. And if you're looking for the pattern, you can check out the description. Everything you need is there. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment on this video. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, like, share it with a crafty friend. I really appreciate you being here. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.